alien sent from outer space, that's who I be. I'm an alien sent from outer space, that's who I be.
Hey, aliens, people of the world and of the universe. Welcome to the A.L.I.E.Nation show, and I am your queen, MJbaker, the queen of the aliens. Yes. And so, welcome to the show. And for those of you all who are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you to everyone who watches week after week and also listens to the radio show as well. Now, just to let you guys know what the acronym for alien, I'm going to keep telling y'all week after week until you get it ingrained in yourself. The acronym for alien is authentically living, intrinsically evolving, naturally. And every week I share, either myself or a guest shares, where are we within that acronym? And I would definitely say that this week I am on the evolving side. And it kind of goes along with what I want to talk about this week. Really brief convo about the subject of get your mind right. During this process of me becoming a full-time, walking in being a full-time entrepreneur, in avenues of music, financial services, yay, and other areas of my life. And this walk, like I've said in previous weeks before, it is not for the faint at heart. You cannot be weary-minded. You cannot be weary-hearted. It requires a complete shift and change in your everyday functionality to really, really, and truly build an empire, to really, really, and truly make a difference. It requires sacrifice. And let me tell y'all something. I am not on the other side. I'm telling you while I'm still in the process, like literally in my mama's womb. I'm giving y'all the testimony from the inside. I'm giving y'all the testimony. Those of you all who are entrepreneurs understand what I'm saying. I just recently understood there's a difference between a business owner and an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur has multiple streams of income that they are working at one time. An entrepreneur is always looking for the opportunity, the right opportunity, not any opportunity, but the right opportunity. A business owner just owns a business. An entrepreneur is building towards something because you're multitasking, like you are multiple things at one time. And that is what I'm learning is that in order to be an entrepreneur, I thought that I was moving to Charlotte to just to pursue music and to walk that out. But what I found when I got here is that just pursuing music is not good enough. And that also I have to change my language from saying I am pursuing music, my dreams. You know, when we always say we're chasing our dreams. And what I realize is even your verbiage has to change. So when I'm talking to people, I no longer say, "Oh, I moved to Charlotte to pursue music." No, 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 no. I came to Charlotte to expand my brand as a full-time singer-songwriter, artist, and musician. Point blank. So I ain't pursuing nothing because I already have it. I am just walking out the process, right? To get everything that I desire from it, from the music, and to also give everything that I am supposed to give you know, and I'm explaining this to you guys because if we think about this in our everyday life, it's the same thing from my friends who are parents, people who get married, or you're just in a relationship. Anything that causes us to have to shift our life in some kind of way requires a major mind shift. It's like when you have been single all of your life, most of your life, or for a number of years. Let's not even say all your life. Let's just say you've been single for 4 or 5 years. You used to doing whatever you want to do, not answering to anybody. All of a sudden, you meet this person and you decide, hey, I want to be in a committed relationship with them. And you get in this relationship. Well, now now this relationship, and I'm speaking on the level of commitment level. I'm not talking about, oh, it's a situationship or y'all just fucking or whatever the case may be. I'm talking about, okay, you made the decision, hey, this is somebody I want to be in a committed relationship with. I want to partner with this person in life, as you're building. But even when you get to the beginning of that process of saying, okay, I just want to be with this person, you have to shift your whole mentality to now include that person in your life. And they have to do the same thing, right? And it's the same way with building a business, being an entrepreneur, building businesses, having multiple streams of income. Your mindset has to shift from just getting a paycheck. And so I am a part of a ministry called Reformation Church of Atlanta. It's a virtual ministry led by Dr. Larry Reed, who is a also is a YouTube influencer. Um, so Dr. Larry Reed a couple of months ago talked about how when we get out of the paycheck mentality, meaning the job gives me a paycheck and I pay my bills and I go on my vacations and I pay, for all these different services. When we are able to get out of that mentality that somebody else is giving us the paycheck, and to think in the mentality that I am the paycheck, then things will begin to shift for us. And when he said that, I realized in that moment, my mentality has solely been, I get a paycheck from somebody else and they provide for me so that I can live. But that is not going to get me anywhere. That's not going to get us anywhere. What's going to get us where we need to be is thinking, okay, I'm marketing, I'm the boss, I am promotions, I am the social media manager for now, right? I am the house manager. I am the maid of the house. I am the chef of the house. Like, when you are, and I'm speaking from the perspective of somebody who's single, does not have a partner in life, um and just realizing that, okay, God is my source. He empowers me to do whatever this thing is that I am doing, these multiple streams of income. And for me, the multiple streams of income are, one, being an artist, uh, and going around town, currently auditioning for bands and different things like that to start bringing more income into the household. Secondly, singer songwriter for other people, helping other people, finish their songs, helping other people finish their music, etc. Thirdly, I just got my license in financial services, helping other people to get ready for the future so that they can live in the now. helping other people, in many capacities. And if you want to hear more about those things being um talking about, let's talk about 401ks. Let's talk about getting you into a better position with your money so that we can grow it, right? Instead of you losing it on the stock market. And also insurance, life insurance. I know nobody wants to talk about life insurance. Everybody thinks about death when you talk about life insurance, but it's for more than just when you die. It is also for living now. And if you want to hear more about that, you guys can email me, okay? And we can set up a private session to talk about it. But all these multiple streams of income, um, and I'm still growing in that area. I'm still growing in the area of learning what else can I be doing to bring income in so that I can be free to do the things that I desire to do in this world, right? So, money is a tool that I want to utilize because it is what the currency of this world. Um, so that I can utilize that money to fund projects, to fund music, to employ other people, to go on tours, to spread the word of my music, to build the conglomerate and the business that was given to me 20 plus years ago. And what I realized is the reason I couldn't walk this business out completely 20 plus years ago when the vision for my company was given to me was because my mentality. Because I was still thinking I need a paycheck in order to make it, in order to survive. But that's also what I was taught, right? That's also, what my mama said, what my brothers and sisters said, what people around me said, which is you ain't gonna make it without that paycheck, boo. You need the paycheck. And that was ingrained in me. And so this is why this is entitled, I mean, in the words of in Vogue, free your mind and the rest will follow. Okay. That is powerful because if we do not understand that the enslavement of our mind is what's keeping us from grasping and getting those things that we want and desire in life, then we lost. And that is why I wanted to, share as a topic about freeing our minds, setting ourselves free, freeing your mind so that you can move forward and do more and get more. And because I know for years, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I have always, when I decided to get serious about music, I always utilized my job to fund my music. That's how I was able to pay band members, how I was able to get projects out, all these things through the paycheck system. And so when I moved to Charlotte, I assumed for at least the first year, that's the way my life was going to be set up again. I was going to be working in corporate America. The corporate American plantation is what I like to call it. And for some of us, now for some people, that is that's their structure. So if anybody's listening to this and you're like, I like my job, I like what I'm doing, I enjoy it, keep doing it. This isn't for you. Because I'm gonna tell you what, we need people who like administrative work and like helping somebody else build their vision. I'm gonna need to hire y'all one day, and I'm gonna pay you well, because if you do a good job, I'm gonna pay you. right? For your good job. Um, but this is where the people who are we're sitting behind our desk and you're miserable and you're too afraid to step out. And what I'm saying, and so here's what I'm saying. I mean, here's another, let me add on to what I'm saying with that. I could not step out until my mind was free enough to step out. And let me explain that. Going back to my story of, I thought I was still going to be in corporate America and doing music. When I got to Charlotte, y'all, I could not get a job mopping somebody's floors. No, 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 no was the terminology. And when I realized, because a really great friend of my stylist, Mo Noir, she said to me, Megan, are you sure that you're supposed to be working in corporate America because you're always miserable? You know, could this be the universe pointing you in a different direction? And you know what I realized is I was just looking for a corporate job out of fear. But in my heart of hearts, I want to do the music full time. I want to pursue business full time, my businesses full time, instead of helping somebody else build their business. And I get paid not even a quarter of what the executives are getting paid, right? And when that hit me, I immediately started going, okay, Lord, what is in my hands that I can do to bring in the income so that I can be free to create, so I can be free to do these things that I desire to do and want to do. And I have been on that journey ever since, and I'm still discovering as I go. But had she and I had this conversation a year ago, 2 years ago, I'm gonna even say 8 months. 8 months. Had we have had this conversation before I got to Charlotte, I wouldn't have been in Charlotte. I would have been scared. Um, but the months prior to me getting here, my mind was already shifting and I didn't even know it. My mentality was already changing, and I knew it was changing, but I didn't know it was changing so that I could be okay with not getting a paycheck check, quote unquote, uh from corporate America. And in doing that, it has opened me up to, oh, I can do this and I can do that. And in realizing these things, it's opened up my whole perspective. And so that is why I entitle this Free Your Mind and the Rest Will Follow. Because as your mind begins to become free, it's gonna be piece by piece by piece. And I'm gonna share this with you guys. Things that I was too afraid to do, I thought to myself, now why didn't I do that in the first beginning? And for those of you like, first beginning, what that mean? That's country talk. That's Florida talk. That's Georgia talk. Why I ain't do that in the first beginning? Okay. It's not as scary as I thought it was going to be. And it's because my mentality was not, I wasn't ready for it then. I'm ready for it now. And so I just want to encourage everyone out there who has a desire to do something greater, who has a desire to dream big. As you are walking through this process, remember everything that you're going through right now is another piece to the puzzle of your paradigm shift. So again, I want to encourage you guys to take a step back, look at yourself, write down what you want, write down your vision, write down your dream, as people say. I'm beginning not to like that dream word because, you know, but write those things down and then think about, are you ready for them? And some of us are ready, we just don't believe that we're ready. So that's holding us back. But then some of us believe we ready and we ain't ready. So I'm going to tell y'all like this. I didn't think I was ready for full entrepreneurship. I didn't think I was ready to let the paycheck go. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm still working through that because it's only been 5 months. Okay. 5, which is the number of grace. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. But as I continue to work through it, I get it. I'm beginning to, oh, the freedom. Because as opportunities are coming to me and doors are being opened, I realize I have the flexibility now. And I don't have to check in with somebody else to ask them for time off. Do you know what I mean? Now I can just say, can we do it? Do we have it? We have it. Let's go. So I'm just gonna end this week with this. Free your mind and the rest will follow. You're gonna get it. Trust me, you will. And if you guys want to come on the show and talk about it, reach out to me at the A.L.I.E.Nation show at gmail.com. I'd love to have you on as a guest once we have a conversation and you're vetted. Okay. But also every week we're going to be here and we're going to be talking about something poignant that can feed your soul, feed your mind, and help you get to authentically living, intrinsically evolving naturally. All right. So for this week, I love you and do great things. Be great. And oh, I am starting a t-shirt line, you guys. Working on finalizing the product to put them on sale. So please, please, please look out for that. I'll be promoting that in the next couple of weeks. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. And a paradigm shift is simply a paradigm is a collection of habits that we have acquired over time. So my paradigm, so the shifting part means, okay, so we're shifting from embodying these habits, these particular habits. Now we're shifting to another set, higher level of habits. You know, and back to, I'm gonna talk about me because that's the only person I know, right? That I can talk. So my paradigm shift in songwriting happened when I joined a class on songwriting, a virtual class on songwriting that ended up being for sync songwriting for commercials and movies and things of that nature. I had never heard of it, but I always wondered, how do I get my songs on television? And by me seeing this flyer for songwriting, agreeing to take the class, it opened a whole nother world for me. And the paradigm shift was, oh, I don't have to isolate myself as a writer or an artist because I love all types of music. And I was always trying to figure out, and I felt like, man, I'm never going to be able to, write that country song that I've always wanted to write, or, you know, write that pop song that I've always wanted to write, because people are always going to look at me as a soul artist, and I'm gonna be, everything else is gonna be wasted. But not you, said the universe. Not you, said that God Almighty, right? What I was being set up for was, I learned a new way of thinking through that course. I learned a new way of doing through that course. I learned how to collaborate with that course, because before then I only wanted to work with myself, which was very isolating and very foolish. But sometimes it's necessary. Okay. So what I'm saying, so my paradigm, so those habits, that paradigm shifted from what I couldn't do to, oh my God, what now I can't, what can I do? And so as you walk through your process, and as I'm continuing to walk through my process, I'll continue to share the nuggets and the things that I'm finding on my journey. But this is the one thing I want to say, is that entrepreneurship is not for the weary of mind. You can have all the money in the world. I've seen people make millions of dollars and lose it all because they were weak minded and they were foolish hearted. And so, as your mind shifts, so will the opportunities, so will the money, and so will your desires and your wants. And I'm learning how to think bigger than I've ever thought in my life. And so I just wanted to share this with you guys to understand that to attain the things that you want to attain, if you're trying to figure out what is the missing link, what is the missing piece, there are multiple layers to that. But one of them is your mind in the right place to receive and to do? It's powerful. Are you in a place to receive? Put my finger in to receive and do. Because the reception part is, we always think of, I receive the goodness, but are you ready to receive the criticism, the coaching, the input? Are you ready to receive the no's as not a no, like a definite no, but the no's as a, oh, there's another door that's about to open. And and because there's a recent situation that just happened for me. I applied for a festival and I didn't get it. I just got a call today for something really big. And I'll share it with you guys next week when I can announce it, once the ink is dry. But I got another opportunity came for that same weekend. So I was bummed out because I was just like, oh, man, another no. And then I get a call this morning. Hey, you ready? And I cried because I thought, oh God, thank you. You know, thank you for this other door. So this is why I'm saying, like, it is a build up to something. And, and maybe next week we will talk about um the layers of why things may not be happening for us, because this is something I'm working through right now. But the number one thing that I can share with you guys is, let's check our mindsets. And that may be a hard thing to do if you're not a self-reflective person. And if you are a self-reflective person and you're trying to figure out, why am I stuck? One of the reasons you might be stuck is because your mentality is not aligned with the very thing that you want and desire. And if you're not a self-reflective person, check the people around you. How do the people around you think? Because if the people around you think downward, then you probably think downward. Because the people that we surround ourselves with, the people that we allow in our lives are all a reflection of us. We're basically looking in the mirror.